give you, I'll give you my testimony. I'm a super soldier. I come from deep underground military bases across the world. Joseph Mengele, who was Hitler's best friend and did all this human experimentation, was the one that created me, and I specifically remember him. Deep underground military bases, and Joseph Baglio would have me and the other kids in a cage. He would electrocute us, and then he would take a child out of the cage, put it in the center of the room, and he would do atrocious things to that child. There would be blood all over. So that's what happened to us in deep underground military bases. If you've ever heard of Area 51 or the like, that's what happens in them with human experimentation. If you survive electrocution, drowning, rapings, they end up either farming you out to be a politician, an actor or actress in Hollywood, or a soldier like myself. It's similar but very different than the soldiers that you know in the Army and Navy and all of that stuff. The way that you know Black Ops and Special Forces, they are that. But the government followed me and tracked me my whole life because I could not only be that and do that, but more than that, I have these spiritual gifts. I lack of better terms, I'm psychic. I can see things coming. So I'm good at defenses as far as a soldier. I protect my team, but I have these spiritual gifts, and a lot of people don't believe in them or acknowledge them, and that's fine. But that's the only thing that makes me a super, quote unquote, super soldier, is that I can be a soldier, but I have these spiritual gifts which can help advance my team in many different ways. I probably didn't explain it right at all. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Ethan, do me a favor, man. Mute your notifications. Stop breathing heavily into the mic. You're messing up Holly's audio when that happens.
Well, anyway, so what do you guys want to talk about?
Okay, we are live right now, so anything you like.
Well, see, Holly, I can understand even more now when you talk about Vaughn's kids, though, because you yourself as a kid, went a lot of, you went through a lot of dicey situations, just like his kids did.
And then to see the pictures and hear the CPS report read from his own mouth, yeah, it's really disturbing. I will admit, I have a lot of trouble.
Holly,
and that's all. I don't know how to word what else when I saw those pictures, and then when I heard him read his own CPS report out, Child Protective Services, when I heard that report being read out in his own voice, it brought me into that situation. Literally, those are my spiritual gifts. Okay, like, please, I'm going to ask the mass general public, please don't let me hear your voice. Don't let me see a picture. I'll pick up too much off of it. And people do this to me often, and it's hard. It's hard. So anyway, I saw those pictures of Von Helton. I heard Von Helton read the CPS report. I heard Von Helton what he did to his mother, even though she's a part of Eastern Star, and I had a major problem with all of it. He is not my friend. I blocked him. I understand I was already told to stay away from him by many other people. But now, I'm going to shut him down if I can help it. If I can help it, he needs to be shut down. He should have never had kids if he's going to treat him like that. In what world is a donut more important than your mother and kids? Not mine.
In the world of Von Helton and the world of Eastern Star.
Holly, how old are you?
Benny. I'm sorry, Benny. I'll chill.
Like, how old are you?
I'll find the balance.
You're like at least 70 years old, right?
Yeah, Heathen, you're asking some real left field questions. Holly answers lots of questions, but you're kind of all over the place, man.
I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm not 70 years old. I'm 42, and I turned 43 September 12th. And I'm sorry that I got really, no, I'm not sorry. I take that back right now. I don't apologize. I got upset talking about abused children, and it came out while I was talking to you guys, and I'm really sorry. I repent if I hurt anyone. My summer is great. I got a fishing license. I go fishing. Yeah, I'm learning about myself outside of the MK Ultra mind control that was done to me. And I'm trying to have a life now. And I'm trying to appreciate what God gave me as an individual. It's not only to praise my creator, but I think that it's time now that I get to know myself as the creation and enjoy that. And the new place is wonderful. Last night, I'm having hardships right now. Okay, because part of me, like a lot of my problem is like, part of me is like, screw you, you're a dick, I'm going home. And the other part of me is like, oh, it's okay, let's talk about it, da 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 da. So last night I went ghost hunting down at the barn that burned down. The ghost hunters are supposed to come here.
Really?
No, they're not. Yeah, I put the kibosh on the ghost hunters as far as I can help it.
Good stuff. Good
I
stuff.
saw a documentary on Ghost Hunters.
You know what I'm interested in talking about, though? You know what
What?
I'm
Yeah.
interested in talking about.
Like,
Tell me, because I'm looking at Benny's bubble, talking from that.
I don't worry about. Yeah, well, you can read Benny's bubble with your eyes and listen to me with your ears. But I want to know, and I know obviously you're joking and covering it up, but what are the vampires really? Furniture? People?
wait, are the vampires related to the Nazi werewolves?
No.
They're similar.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
You know, vampires and werewolves, it's terminology, but yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, but vampires bite. They don't smash into your arm and leave a bruise.
No, but I'm not talking about man-wolves. I'm talking about this, these German Nazi commandos. That
I will not.
werewolves.
Yes, I cut you off. I know werewolves, quote unquote werewolves.
Yeah, like Otto Skorzeny, who rescued Mussolini from I think it was like he was arrested at this hotel in the Alps. Or
They have that lichen virus. My commander got the lichen virus. But what they do to you as super soldiers, from my research, or what, how about this? Oh, correctly, what they do to other super soldiers, not me, is they will operate on them and take out their stomach, and they'll put in like a bag, a different stomach. And I think it's similar to like a wolf's stomach. So that way you eat once and you can keep running and going for 3 or 4 days. And then you eat again and then you can keep going for days. It's different. But they use that different type of blood. As far as these quote unquote super soldier projects, it's not so super. It's more an atrocity. They take animals' DNA and put it into humans. They try to cross all of the bloodlines. So the word super soldier kind of has like a fantastical sound to it, and it's not that way at all, what they do to us. They, it's all human experimentation. They take out the linings of your stomach and they put in a wolf's stomach. They take out another organ and put something else in. And then you're supposed to go out into the field and operate as a soldier. It's disgusting. I understand everybody knows the military, Army, Black Ops, Special Forces, Air Forces, and Marines to be a certain thing. But when you get to the level of Hitler and Joseph Mengele, they take that soldier and they experiment on it. And they experiment on that soldier in the worst, harshest ways. And that's how I came to be. I recently found out that my grandfather, William Gabery was a part of the Philadelphia experiment. He was in World War II and worked on a minesweeper ship. He would come home and say how the military and government would give him and the other soldiers on this ship marijuana just to see what it would do. I have found out my background. And my background is that because my grandfather, William Gabery, was used in the Philadelphia experiment, that's why the government and military followed me all through my life. And that's why I ended up in deep underground military bases, as well as above ground government facilities, such as the one in Nelson, Canada, and stuff like that. I'll tell you the truth, I'm not lying to you guys. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to take your free will and put it into Jesus. You can take your free will and do whatever you want. But I'll put my blood on the fact that I'm not lying to you, and I'm coming to terms, and I'm still in recovery over all of this stuff, honestly.
Can we get back
I
to the
apologize
bruises?
if I said something wrong.
No, it's good. But can we get back to the or maybe you don't want to talk about it, I guess.
Hey, Benny. Benny and the Hollies. No, hi, Dan. Who's Dan? Hi, Immortal. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm so hey, Sydney.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. He loves blacks? Don't worry. Apparently, not all white, so we'll get along fine. Apparently, I'm black. Yes, I'm still finding out my past.
Yeah? What are you?
I'm not all... Yeah, I'm Sicilian. Whatever they did to me and the Dumbs and the other children I was with, we have the same genetics. And some were white people and some were black people, and we all have the same genetics. So I don't like this whole black and white crap.
Well, because it's kind of
conflict.
There's so much besides black and white, right?
Why
single out the black and white?
Well, there's a million ethnic groups.
Exactly.
There's a billion ethnic groups.
Right.
But if you really want to come down to it, there's only 3 races. There's white, black, and Asian, Oriental. It's just ethnic groups that this world put on a piece of paper, so when you have to fill out an application, you check whether you're black, Caucasian, Indian, this one, Spanish, that one. But there's only 3 races. There's white, black, and Oriental. That's it. Everything else is those races intertwining. So that's where you get the ethnic groups.
I see.
Jewish is actually a bloodline.
No, Jewish isn't a religion, and so is. See, Muslim is a religion, but Arab is ethnic, isn't it? Isn't that the way
How
it
about
works?
this? I agree to certain points, but no. Noah and his wife, after the flood, Noah and his wife came out of the boat. They had 3 sons that were married to 3 wives.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. White, black, Oriental. Everything else in the middle is a mix between those races. No, I'm sorry. I got off on a tangent. I'm going to shut up and let you talk, Sydney. I apologize. Please forgive me.
You are forgiven.
Thank you.
Sydney, they're saying in the comments that you beat her.
I beat her?
No, Sydney
Well, I
did
might
not
have
beat
beaten
me
her,
up.
but it would have been a backgammon.
How I got these bruises. I'll tell you right now.
I would like to defend myself that if I did beat you, it was at backgammon, and I do not apologize.
No, wait a minute. I used to love backgammon. I would play that for hours.
Oh, we have a future. We have a future.
Gin rummy and I love games, card games, dice games. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But yeah, what would you like to say about it?
No, I love you.
About
I don't know what I'd like to say besides I love you.
No, I know that about the bruises.
I have bruises.
Okay, thank you.
I have
Now that we
bruises,
got that
yes.
straightened out. But what is it? Are you
I acknowledge them.
maybe you're into contact sport? Maybe you're practicing martial arts or something, and you have a sparring partner.
No.
Playing with your dog a little bit, who knows?
No, if I play with my dog too hard, like when she grabs me and like we start playing too hard and rough and we're going at it, but we're playing. She'll grab me here, but she doesn't leave bruises on me.
Oh,
My dog and cat are awesome. I'm sorry, I will not speak to the bruises I have on me at this moment. If you do
That's okay. I won't mention them again.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, you can mention it all you want. I'm just not going to speak to it.
Yeah, well, what's the point then?
Exactly. No, Benny. The bruises are not from volleyball. I'm so glad I
Hey, you should see the bruises on my wife's body. That's all done from dogs climbing on her.
Do you know Harley, Christian Hillbilly?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Christian Hillbilly. I apologize for Hillbilly in the past before too. And I appreciate Christian Hillbilly as my brother in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, and I appreciate him.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. And from the little bit I know of you, I know that you've got a heart for God and you're still seeking, and that's always good. That's always good. That's all that matters. Now we just got to get these heathen atheists to start seeking. Come on now, preach it.
No, those heathen atheists are going to start killing me because I've been calling them all of those people out way too much recently. So I don't know about that. I'm going to try to shine my light, Christian Hillbilly, the best I can. And then I'm going to pray that people use their free will to choose Yeshua, Jesus. After that, I pray that I just learn how to get along with everybody on the earth because I'm having trouble. I'm recovering. It's not an overnight process with me. So I just hope that I can make my loved ones proud, such as the people on this panel. And I hope that I can serve Yahweh and make Yeshua HaMashiach stop suffering.
Well, on my side, I'm not worried about making my family proud, my neighbors proud, nobody proud. I could care less because Christ said himself, he did not come to bring peace, but a sword. And he came to bring division because when you bring truth, you will divide people. You will get people who say, you know what, that's not my truth. That's not the truth. And I'm going to follow whatever I want to follow. Christ said, I came not to bring peace, but a sword. And that's what the word of God is. It's a double-edged sword that cuts right down to the marrow. And that's why it's important for us as believers to give our testimony. I'm a street preacher. I'm a preacher. I'm an evangelist. So I preach all the time everywhere I go. But we all as believers are called to take the good news of the gospel to all creatures, not just people, but all creatures of all nations.
Yes. But God gave me a different calling. I'm more, okay, you're Christian Hillbilly. I didn't mean to cut you off, and I apologize and repent to Yeshua as well as you. But you have a calling. Christian, I can't preach like that on the street the way you do. And the way you have that gift.
But we all have a gift. We all have gifts that we each have a gift, and that's our testimony. You can share your testimony one-on-one with people. You can share it with a group of people. You can share it in private. It doesn't matter. We all have the ability to share our testimony and actually spread the good news of the gospel in that way. Pardon me while I step out for a little bit. I'll be listening. I got to go feed the dogs.
I love you, Christian. Yahweh bless you in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. You and all your loved ones. Yeah. excuse me. I'm like, I'm drinking a beer.
Oh, nice.
I feel like this is my Saturday. I feel like this is my one day off. And I just want to relax. I'm really tired, guys. I just did 24 interviews in 1 year. I'm going to dedicate it to Max Spears and his passing away. I am going to dedicate this past year to my loved ones, and in August I'm trying to put together an online party to read poetry, sing music, have a bunch of my loved ones on the panel, and appreciate each other. I want to appreciate what everybody's done for me. So Sunday I just got done doing my 24th interview, and I want to do something special for everybody that's been my friend, helping me, like Down and Sydney and Benny and my other loved ones. I mean, come on, Down. We fell asleep and like had an online sleep party. We need to do it again. I don't think I've ever slept that good. But I want to dedicate this past year, and I want to dedicate all my 24 interviews to you guys, that one, as well as to my other loved ones. And no disrespect, but primarily I want to dedicate it to the other kids that were with me in a deep underground military base locked in a cage. And I want to appreciate everybody. So come August. Yes, Toaster. Oh, well, Toaster's like my online boyfriend. He doesn't know it. I'm so totally in love with him. He's got no idea. No, he was not one of the kids. No. He's busy right now. You'd have to ask him. I don't know.
So you've been inside Area 51?
No. Wait 1 second, sweetheart, Dan. I don't know. But if Toaster is anything like me, we all go through our rough patches, and we all, have to step away sometimes. But no, I do not believe that Toaster and his son were part of the projects I was, if that's what you're asking, Benny. Oh, no. I love Toaster. If he was here in America, or if I could drain the ocean, I'd go marry him, hang out with him, and just enjoy life. Like have a second half. I know him and I are from different backgrounds and don't see eye to eye, but I really adore him. So anyway, what'd you say, Dan?
Have you been inside Area 51?
I cannot tell you for certain. I can tell you what other people told me. I was told by some other guy named Dan, and Toaster will love this one. Excuse me. So I was told by someone with a very common name of Dan. I was told that I was in Area 51, but I don't remember Area 51. I was told that I was placed in barracks with a bunch of other kids near Area 51, and I was told, I'll give you, I can tell you my own memories, but this is what other people tell me, and I don't believe other people. So I can't say that it was Area 51, but I was told by Dan that I was at Area 51, and when they were testing nukes and the fallout from nukes, me and the other kids were in Army barracks, and that's what we felt. That's not my exact recalled memory of what happened, but going by what other people say, I believe I was at, no, I can't say that. Going by what other people say. Other people tell me I was at Area 51. I don't think it was Area 51. I think it was somewhere else that me and the other kids were at when we were locked in Army barracks. But if that's what that guy Dan wants to say to the public, then so be it.
Alrighty. Let's see.
I'm sorry. It's not going to make a lot of sense. Forgive me. I can't talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, I found your channel on YouTube.
I was in a deep underground military base out in San Antonio, Texas. My biological mother, when I was 3 years old, took me out there. So I was in that dump. I do not know the specific name or location of the dump. I can just tell you where I was before they took me into the dump. And I lived in San Antonio, Texas. That guy, Dan, wants to say I was at Area 51, but I don't think I was. I think I was somewhere else. Like the nightmare. Like the whole nightmare. I was in a dump out in Texas. Sorry, I'm probably boring everybody. I apologize if I am. We could change the subject. Oh
like,
no,
I
this
used to,
Dan on
I
the
used to live
panel
in
is
Texas
not the
too.
Dan I'm talking about. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dan. I love you. Like,
Thank
ask
you.
me any questions you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just
No, well, I used to live in Texas myself, but you know, up in Dallas.
Nice.
Let's see what other.
I love the Midwest. I love Utah, New Mexico. Those are my favorite states in the whole U.S. is New Mexico and Utah.
Oh, I've been to Utah, but I haven't been to New Mexico. Yeah, my dad's ashes are in Utah, so.
Oh. Hi, Base.
Hello.
I'm Sicilian, Benny. Yeah, but Italian and Sicilian, I mean, that's different. I'm Sicilian. I'm the shit off the boot, Benny. There's a difference. I'm kidding. I'm not a for a poor joke.
Man, Holly, for all you know, you could be related. You could be a descendant of Marcus Aurelius, right?
Yep. Well, apparently my bloodlines go back to 1152. Baglio goes back to the year 1152, and we were priests and stuff in the church. So I did some studies on my Sicilian bloodline. I don't think I'd be friends with any of them, to be honest. Forgive me. They had a prearranged marriage for me. I don't think I'd be friends with them.
Italian priests, I got it.
Yeah. All right.
Who's got the background?
Oh, that's based.
That's got to go.
Their name on this list, Mike. I saw you tweeting out that they're basically
Done.
Thank you.
All right. So Holly.
Yes.
Did you ever have any encounters with Soviet or with the Soviets or like the KGB?
I am them, aren't I? I'm the Fourth Reich. Aren't I?
Reich.
I'm the Fourth Reich.
I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me.
Excuse me. Apparently, from what I've been told in my research, from what I've been told, as well as my research, I am the Fourth Reich. It didn't die with Hitler. As far as a soldier is concerned, I'm the Fourth Reich.
That's kind of too bad. But what do you mean? Both? I don't get the German connection.
German Nazis were trying to backtrack to the angels that fell here to earth back in Genesis 6 in your holy Bibles. The Nazis were like Hitler and Joseph Mengele. They were trying to backbreed to that. It had nothing to do with being white. Okay, like I know these like skinheads and all this other, excuse my language, bullshit shit. All of those groups, they want to think, oh, white is white supremacy and all this other crap. Yeah, no. Hitler had nothing to do with white supremacy. Hitler had everything to do with trying to take the spirituality and those spiritual beings and put them into a body. And when that happened, it came out blonde hair, blue-eyed kids. It wasn't that he was trying to create them. That's what happened. So I forget where I was going.
I got a question. I'm just wondering why in the creation of these Nazi Aryan clones or whatever, how come, because Hitler was a vegetarian, how come they were not all brought up vegetarian? How come throughout Nazism, vegetarianism wasn't promoted as being the better way to go? In fact, how come the German people themselves didn't take Hitler's vegetarianism and embrace it for the country, for the folk?
Because when you eat meat, you're eating the blood of another animal. When you eat meat, you're killing it. When you eat meat, you take in that creature's being and spirituality. And that's probably why Hitler didn't eat meat. Personally, I am a carnivore, and if I had to give up meat, I'd starve to death. It goes back to what those fallen ones or aliens or whatever you say, it goes back to them showing us how to kill an animal, cook it, and eat it. We're not supposed to do that. We are supposed to be vegetarians, like you said, Sydney. We're supposed to be vegetarians. We're not supposed to eat other animals and creations.
Well, we
And I understand I love meat, and that's terrible to say, but in all honesty, that's kind of that.
I don't know if we're supposed to be vegetarians, because if we were, we would be. We wouldn't be dependent on meat at all. So it's kind of an evolution out of vegetarianism.
No.
But yeah, maybe I'm talking shit because I'm not a scientist.
No. You're fine. It's more like the fallen angels told us how to kill a creation, skin it, cook it, and use all the parts thereafter for
But how would they know?
survival.
How would they know? If they
Well,
weren't
the fallen-
carnivores themselves.
They're not humans like you and I.
I understand that, but the information about how to skin an animal can only be gleaned from experience.
Yeah, but they're spitting in God's eye by doing that. Like, to spit in God's eye, you'll take one of his creations, like a deer,
Spit in
skin
God's
it,
eye.
put the skin on your floor, put the antlers on your wall, and then you're going to cook the meat in your pot of hot water. Yeah, that's kind of spitting in your creation.
Oh, that sounds pretty primitive and gruesome.
Well, that's pretty much how it is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, I think.
What do you think?
It's gruesome.
Yeah, well, as long as we don't see it, right?
Exactly. As long as you don't see it, it's okay to eat. And that, I guess, is why
I know, I walk into Safeway. Listen to this. I walk into Safeway the other day, and I'm walking past the meat section, right? And in the one section, they got all the packaged, like the wrapped chickens and the chicken bits and the beef bits and the steaks and the pork and whatever. But and then there's a long section of like a showcase almost, where all the beautiful cuts of meat and steaks and all presented, in a like a line with surrounding decoration, and it just looks so pretty and so delicious and raw.
That's like when you walk in the ShopRite and you see the deli counter and everybody's standing behind it. When you look at the deli counter, you see like a pig. He's dead and cut open and hanging out the shelf. You see a cow. He's totally mutilated. And then you go over, you see a chicken, and forget about having feathers. I would have lost them too. So when I walk up to a deli counter, that's what I see hanging out of the shelves. I don't see like, well, here's boar's head ham. Here's ShopRite cheese. Oh, and now we got this over here. Yeah, no, I don't see that. I see the dead animals hanging out of the shelves every time I walk into a deli. And I'm ashamed to say that, yes, I'm a carnivore and I order it.
You could be
But yeah, when I walk into a grocery store and I see like the meat and packages and all that stuff, I see dead. Okay, in my spirit, in my spirit eyes. When we were priests and stuff in the grocery store, and I'm looking at what everybody else sees in my spirit. So, I'm looking at dead animals and things carved up and hanging off the shelves, bloody, bleeding, and I don't think I'd be friends with any of them. I mean, like McDonald's, right? Like McDonald's or Burger King, these fast food places, they take like these baby chicks, right? They don't even slice their neck. At least that is quicker.
Priests, I got it.
Excuse my language. Yeah. They take these baby chicks and they put them in a grinder. They take a bunch of baby chicks. Those little
Who's got
things, baby chicks. They put them in a grinder while they're alive, and they grind them up while they're alive, and they take all the body parts. And
Done.
McDonald's and Burger King makes little chicken McNuggets that you want to dunk in barbecue sauce. And then when I heard him read his own CPS report, and we in America support it. Most of these people in America, 80% of the population is so fucking, I'm sorry for my language, is so dumbed down that they take their kids to dinner at McDonald's because they don't feel like cooking.
That's true. And then they wonder why they get sick so early and die so young.
It's disgusting. I know I'm a carnivore, but I would not take baby chicks, put them in a grinder while they're alive, and crush them to make chicken McNuggets at McDonald's and Burger King and all these other fast food places around America. Could you imagine, Sydney? Could you imagine? Or at least imagine with me. How about you and I are locked in a room, Sydney? And all of a sudden, those walls start coming closer. And we're not living in the movie Star Wars, so Luke can't, like, take this metal part and stop the walls. Okay? So you and I are in a room. The walls start closing, Sydney. They're going to crush us.
Right.
That's what they do to animals to make food for these fast food joints. And I don't want to be crushed, Sydney.
You don't want to become food for a fast food joint?
I don't want to be crushed in a room like that. Could you imagine going through a grinder so someone else can enjoy their chicken McNuggets?
Well, in the history of human torture...
Yeah.
Who the hell's that?
Yo, Hillbilly, how have you been?
Oh,
I'm doing quite well. How are you, sir?
Pretty good as well.
Hey, Hillbilly, what did you say about division earlier?
You don't remember, Sydney?
No, I do remember, but I kind of must have heard wrong.
Oh, I
Because
remember.
you said something about God causes division. Did you say
Christ did not come but a sword.
that? Yeah,
His sword, the double-edged sword which is the Word of God.
Yeah, but you mentioned division. What did you mean by that?
I believe I've stated it.
I'm asking you, what do you mean by that? What did you mean by division?
Like, read the verse he's citing, and then
No,
read
he
the
said
lines
no.
right
He
after.
said something. God causes division, and there was a reason for it. And I
Like-
just lost that whole sort of. I didn't understand it.
Like, read the verse that he brought up, and the lines that
He didn't
come
bring up
right
a
after
verse.
it.
He didn't bring up a verse.
That
He was
is
just
a verse
talking.
in the Bible, though.
But he didn't bring up a verse. He was just talking and preaching.
All right, Sid.
It was Christian Hillbilly's word.
I'm gonna post that verse. Hang on.
I'm talking to Christian Hillbilly. Oh, he's muted. All right, never mind. We'll go back to Holly. Holly, you're
All right.
on.
So he cited a verse in the Bible, and then right after it said that he was going to turn daughters against mothers, sons against fathers. Right? Do you remember that?
He said that.
Well, not Hillbilly.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's in the gospel.
Got it. That's division. Yes. But that's a sin according to the Bible. So I don't quite understand what the promoting of sin. But anyway, it's not my business, I guess.
Chapter and verse on whether that would be a sin, sir. Chapter and verse.
Galatians 5 verse 20 verse 20.
All right. Here, I'm posting the picture. Or I'll send it to you. Hang on, Sid. Sydney.
But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now, the works of the flesh are evident. This is works of the flesh, Sydney. Sexual
You didn't
immorality,
read- you didn't
impurity,
read the-
sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. I warn you, as I warned you before, that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. That is, sir, that is the flesh.
Well, you are guilty of outbursts of anger. You're guilty of.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not angry.
quarreling.
I'm passionate.
You are
I'm passionate
guilty,
about the
my
word
friend,
of God, sir. I don't get angry. You're not worth getting
impurity.
angry about.
You are guilty of dissension and division. You are guilty of envy. You are guilty, guilty, and you are going to join me in the kingdom of hell, the burning
Ain't that
lake
about
of
a
fire. Me and you will be
Oh,
doing
sorry.
backstroke for
Sydney,
eternity.
The thing about it, you don't want to. You want to know something, Sydney? Let me tell you something, Sydney. Have I done
Tell me
those
anything,
things?
Jim. There's
Am
nothing
I
you can
guilty?
tell me because
Am I guilty of
there's
doing those
nothing
things?
to know.
No, you're not guilty. You're not guilty of those things, Hillbilly.
Sydney, let me tell you.
You are
Sydney, let me go ahead and
Of
call
course
this
he
Holly.
is
Let me say
guilty.
something, Sydney, real quick, because
Because
I
you
know
know
he's not going to
something
shut up long enough to say anything. Real quick, I'm going to say, Sydney,
From Christian
have I been
Hillbilly-
guilty of those things?
From Christian Hillbilly,
Absolutely.
you don't see
Have I
love.
repented of my
From Christian
sins
Hillbilly,
and been
you don't see
justified?
joy.
The act of justification, it means I have justified, never sinned. God looks at me as a brand new creation, Sydney. So that's the works of the flesh. That's no longer me. That's you, buddy. Look in the mirror. Repent or perish. Luke 13:3.
So when you say perish, what does that mean? Huh? Tell me about perish. Come on, dude. What does perish mean? Oh, he's gone silent. Poor guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Sid, did you get the message that I sent you?
I got nothing. What are you talking about? I was listening to the ranting and ravings of a delusional Christian, and then he went silent.
I sent you a private message.
Well, I'm running a show here. I've got no engineers to help me. I've got to do it all on my own. Give me a break. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'll get to it. I promise.
No rush.
Good. And unfortunately, I've only got one screen. I can't. You know how confusing that is.
Well, it's fine. You can look at it later.
All right, no problem. I've got something to share with you as soon as I can find it, of course. This is, I just want to introduce this. This is Christian Hillbilly at his finest intellectual greatness. It's unbelievable how sharp and how keen and how honed this man's mind is. And I'm going to give you an example of it right now.
Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell.
Oh, Benny left.
Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell.
So, Sid.
So there you go. Now, what do you think of that? I mean, how many times can you hear the truth? Serious. What's your question?
How long have you known Holly?
Fire! Sorry, I was listening to music. I was listening to you all talk and hearing music in the background. Sydney has known me for way too long. That's why we get into bickering sometimes, I guess you would call it, because we've known each other a long time, and I appreciate Sydney in my life, as well as Down and some other people.
Well, we bicker because you're female and I'm male. What are we going to do?
Yes, we do. Like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sydney, for allowing me the opportunity to talk to you, and I appreciate it so very, very much. And thank you so very, very kindly, Sydney.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. I'm known for my opportunity allowing. So please take advantage of it.
Good. I'm going to start opening up new opportunities, and then I'll tell you what they are, and then you'll say, "Yeah, I'm happy to have them."
There you go.
Well, versus opening up demonic portals and portals to different dimensions, I can open up opportunities to talk to you instead. I love that idea. I love you, Sydney. Thank you for allowing me to apologize to you and get right and talk. Thank you.
It's nice to be loved. I'm trying to share something here that was brought to my attention. Let's see if I can figure it out. What is that? Oh, that's the hangout. All right. Got it. So what am I sharing?
Oh, what a day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yeehaw!
Praise be to Yahweh.
Creation is true. Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true.
No,
Evolution is a lie straight from the pit of hell. Creation is true. Evolution
I came
is a
from a
lie
satanic
straight from the
background.
pit of hell.
I came from
Creation is
Germanic
true. Evolution
principles.
is a lie
I
straight
came
from the
from
pit of hell.
Sanskrit
Creation is
those Egyptian hieroglyphs. I came from Project Ibis, and that's what was drilled into my head. So finally, as an adult, to have free will, I choose to take Jesus. But I don't take Jesus in the religious sense. I am anti-religion. I am anti-religious. Those churches you see on every side of the block, yeah, they're not all Holy Spirit filled and led. If you want God, you have to find him. But for me, to finally come out of these projects and to stop being possessed by thought, Thoth, and those things, and to finally have
THOUGHT.
thought. You know,
What's thought?
thought.
No.
Thought. Look him up. He has emerald tablets, and on the emerald tablets, he has his fallen angelic language written on it.
Is that right?
Thoth is the
Yeah, I'm done with thought.
ibid-headed
I
god.
surrender to Yeshua HaMashiach.
Ibid-headed what? Ibid-headed God?
No, ibis-headed
Oh,
god.
Ibis.
IBIS. I'm from Project Ibis. So when you look at those pyramids and you look up Thoth and Ibis, it's all carved on the Egyptian pyramids. But that's exactly what Adolf Hitler was trying to do. He was trying to go after this alien technology. He wanted to know what these angelic beings that fell to earth were all about, and that's what Adolf Hitler and Joseph Mengele went for. So when you look at these pyramids, those are the deities that possess us, and those are the deities that give us powers, and those are fallen ones. So when you see some humanoid in the pyramids, whether it's Egypt, Mayan pyramids, or Antarctica, whatever pyramids, when you see that, those are fallen angels. Fallen angels do not have the same appearance as humans. When they come in this world, they look humanoid, but the rest of their features are off. Like Thoth. He comes to this, Thoth, Thoth, he kind of spat in our Creator's eyes. He got tossed out of heaven and he came to earth. And when he came to earth, what we see Thoth as is half bird and half man, like on those pyramids. I'm not. If Thoth got tossed out of heaven, there's no way I'm gonna follow him through the. I'm not gonna put my footsteps into his footsteps and follow him.
No, of course not.
Like if you've ever heard those emerald tablets, they're
Never heard of
17.
them. Never heard of them.
If those emerald tablets, when you listen to them, it leads you straight to Thoth. And he is a fallen angel that is locked up deep underground, the Great Pyramid. Like when you look at the Great, sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm sorry that I bore you and everybody else. But when you go to Egypt and you see the Sphinx and you see this pyramid, you know, all of our archaeologists and whatnot have shown you what the inside of the pyramid looks like.
Right.
The inside of the pyramid has different rooms. One of those rooms has a window in it. There's no doors to get in or out. It's a room with no windows. But for the Egyptians, they would praise the creation versus praising the creator. So they would have a room. They have a room in the Great Pyramid. In the morning, the sun crosses the sky. In the room comes in frost. In the afternoon, that frost or the dew on grass subsides. So they dedicated a whole room to, oh, this is bad. I'm not saying it right. You wake up in the morning, Sydney, you walk outside to take your dog for a pee, there's grass, there's water on top of the grass, right? Dew, okay? Well, dew is also fog, and fog also goes away. So in the Great Pyramid, they have a whole room attributed to that, because in the Great Pyramid, they're praising the creation. But if you take that Great Pyramid right by the Sphinx in Egypt, and you start traveling down, and you get to the ground level, there's a whole bunch of other tunnels and stairways below the Great Pyramid that go even deeper, way deeper. When you go into the Great Pyramid and you go down below the Great Pyramid, you come to a chamber. And when you get to that chamber, it's a specific chamber. You open up the door and you can see Thoth. You know, that thing with a beak that's a humanoid that's carved in the pyramids. Well, you can find Thoth, him, underneath the Great Pyramid. He's chained up right now, but he's going to get loose very soon. That's like, for anyone who's atheist or agnostic, they're not going to believe my testimony, and that's fine. But in all honesty, we've got some unsavory characters here on earth, and that is why I believe we cannot fully enjoy living here on earth. We cannot fully enjoy having our free will. We cannot fully enjoy and appreciate other people. We have these other elements, these other powers and principalities working against us. And if Thoth is here, chained up on earth, he's not going to be our friend. I'm from Project Ibis, from when I was a little girl in these deep underground military bases. If you look at Ibis, IBIS, and you look up that bird on the pyramids, well, that goes back to Thoth. I was possessed by Thoth in the past. And I don't know how to explain that to people, and they're all going to laugh and say, well, I don't believe you, and da-da-da-da. But the truth of the matter is, oh, and we have, I drew a blank. We have other things chained up. There's 3 things like Thoth. There's 3 other things like Thoth chained up under a dam in another country. There's 12 fallen angels, aliens, interdimensional beings. There's 12 of them in Antarctica. In Antarctica, at the bottom of the earth, down here, there's 12 of them there. I'm sorry, Sydney. I'm sorry to go off, and I probably bored you, and I apologize. And please forgive me if I said anything wrong, Sydney. Thank you for allowing me on your chat, and I'm sorry if I bored you in any way.
No, you're doing good so far.
Yeah, no, I find this enlightening. I mean, this is all pertinent information, Holly. I'm glad you're sharing it with us and our viewers.
No, that's good. Thank you.
Don't take their mark, whatever you do. Even if you don't like Jesus and hate him, you don't want to turn to him. When the day comes that someone tells you to ignore that, to ignore Yeshua HaMashiach, that's when you start paying attention. Don't go for these aliens. I already have implants in my head. They're trying to put it in yours. And the sad part is this sounds so fantastical, but it's not. It's the truth of the matter. This is happening in our days. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you guys talk. Forgive me. I apologize if I said something wrong.
No, carry on. It's awesome.
Yeah, Holly, did you ever get in contact with Dr. Roger Lear while he was still alive about your implants?
No,
Okay,
I won't. I want to
go
see
ahead.
about my implants. I want to test my blood, but I don't have someone that I can really trust with that. Doctors and hospitals are not going to give me what I want. They're part of the system. They're all mind controlled. That's why I smoke weed instead of popping their fucking prescriptions, truth be told. I fired all my doctors, got rid of them, got rid of the pharmacies, and I went to marijuana, CBD oil, and hemp extract because that's better than anything they have to offer you. And doctors, nurses, hospitals, prescriptions, and all the like, they're all a part of this mind control system.
That's the best thing you said all
day.
Yeah, I agree. However, that's the best thing you've said all day.
Thanks. Sorry it took me all day to get that out down.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just talking, our viewers, the health benefits and how it's going to help so many people. So, yeah, go ahead.
I used to get a marijuana, and, I don't know that much. I'm not capable of that much, and I need help. But I would take the bud, break it down. You put it in what others say is a grinder, and you break it down. I would take that bud and swallow it down. And then I would take a joint and smoke it. And that is what helped me get out of the MK Ultra programming and wake up as a human, and come to terms with some of that programming that happened to me while I was the monarch candidate. So marijuana helped me in many ways. It got me off of morphine. I know I smoke an electronic cigarette, but I'm not perfect. It got me off of 33 prescriptions, so I support, promote, and tell everybody they need marijuana, CBD oil, and hemp extract. They don't need these prescriptions that doctors and pharmacies are giving to them. They need to appreciate themselves, go get weed, and get out the blackness from their lives. First and foremost, you have to have the Holy Bible, and that's what I've been attached to. I didn't want to preach too much during this episode, but honestly, I grabbed onto my Holy Bible, I grabbed a joint, and I said, Yahweh, we got some work to do. Weed helped me to detox off of psychotropic drugs, morphine, anxiety pills, sleeping pills, irritable bowel syndrome pills, high and low blood pressure pills. Marijuana got me off of all of it. I have heart problems, intestinal problems. I've got problems that, oh man, I've got problems I don't pay attention to anymore.
Hey, Holly, I think
marijuana, and there's the Holy Bible. I've got it all.
Holly, I think Heathen wanted to ask you a question. Heathen, do you want to ask Holly a question? I saw your mic come up.
No, not at the moment.
I'm sorry if I said something wrong, but you're getting the true Holly the way that I can speak it, and I don't feel right now that I'm being persecuted, and I don't feel right now that people are looking down on me, so that's why I speak, and if I say something wrong, please forgive me.
No, you're saying a lot of stuff right. Holly, I'm going to make a quick call in the hangout to see if Thomas wants to come in. You know, Holly?
Whatever you want to do down is fine by me. I'm sorry about things I do and say wrong. Forgive me.
No, you're fine. No, I want you to stay. You're fine. I just want to see if Thomas wants to talk to you as well. Let's see if he's home. Yo, Hillbilly, what's that? Jim, you there?
I am.
Hi, this is Tom. I'm not available.
Okay, he's not home. Holly, you still there? Yo,
yes,
Jim,
I am.
Yeah, welcome back. Yo, Jim, I couldn't hear what you said. Can you repeat what you said, Jim?
Oh, I was just going to say something to Thomas when you got him on the phone.
Oh,
You know me. Being
yeah.
smart, Alec, that's all.
No, fair enough. Jim, do you have any questions for Holly? She was talking about Jesus.
Nope.
Jesus is leading me to the right place, and I need to be led by Jesus. There's no one else that can lead me, and that's who my free will chooses. So I may be wrong along the way on my path, and I may stumble and fall, but Jesus will always have me back. So I'm going to try to do my best.
Holly, what do you think of the Hadron Collider, the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland? You know, are they opening a gateway to another dimension in there?
It's already open.
It's already opened.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have CERN, SERN, and we have, excuse me, I can't remember exactly, but we have 4 to 7 different types of D-wave quantum computers. We have the Vatican, Pope Franny, taking the head of Osiris, you know, the Egyptian pyramids we just spoke about. Osiris is on them. So Pope Franny is taking Osiris's head that's in a jar, literally, to the north area of CERN. CERN has Nimrod's body with Adam's clothing on him. The sad part is they should have chopped off Nimrod's head. That's how you stop those fallen ones. Otherwise, they rejuvenate. They stay in a state of comatose. So we have Nimrod. You know Nimrod, who built the Babel of Tower, or the Tower of Babel. And that's where sacrificing our children and raping our children and defiling our children came from, which is what the Vatican Pope Franny took up. So between September 9th and September 23rd of 2017 this year, Pope Franny is going to take Osiris's head in a jar, move it to the north area. Then CERN has Nimrod from the Holy Bible, the tower. I don't care if you guys are atheist or agnostic. It don't fucking matter. It don't matter. This stuff is real. They're going to take Nimrod and Adam's clothing to CERN, and they are going to synthetically recreate the DNA. And now you have your Antichrist that the NWO is all about. This Antichrist will walk into Jerusalem. This is the big point. This is the big point. That thing, that CERN and these D-Wave quantum computers and the 13 Illuminati families, including Rothschild, Rockefellers, Morgan, and et cetera, all of them. So they're all going to bring this together, and they're going to bring these evil things back to life. And that's going to be this year in 2017. I do not know when the vast majority of public will see it, but it's coming. CERN. Last year, even before last year, CERN had already opened up a tunnel between this life where we're talking right now to the spirit world. They opened up a tunnel, and through that tunnel, our voices and their voices came back through. CERN is going to take that tunnel and go, it's already open, guys. It's already open. We just have not seen yet the things that have walked through CERN into this life, the earth that we know it. But it's here. It's already done. We, man, opened up the gates of hell. We, humans, Sydney, Dan, myself, everybody on this chat, we opened up the gates of hell, and what's coming for us is our fault. And how did we open it? We opened it because we spat in our creator's eye. And I am one of those people, sadly, that did that. And I'll face the monster that I fed in Jesus' name. I don't know, I'm explaining it in terrible terms, but we're all responsible. Whether you want to believe it or not, we're all responsible. You pay your taxes, you go to work. Work takes your taxes out of your money automatically. It gives it to the government. The government is CERN. The government is D-Wave computers. The government opened up the Hell's Gateway. And now we get to deal with it because we gave our money blindly to them. Oh, they're going to take 7% out of your paycheck. They're going to take 1.5% out for healthcare. They're going to take 3% out for local taxes. They're going to take 2% out of your paycheck for this one. And they're going to take another, 1.9% out of your paycheck. But hey, you guys paid for this to happen. And that's why I'm here trying to tell you that shit's fucked up, yo. We gotta correct it. We gotta correct it. This is our earth that was created for us, not them. So I'm done preaching. Forgive me if I said something wrong or I didn't answer your question. I'll zip it.
That was a good answer. You muted.
I hope it was a good answer.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I have no other answer, Sydney. I'm not trying to come across like some preacher saying, give me money. I'm not trying to be like that. I know I talk about Jesus, but it is only because this is my walk. This is what I've experienced. And while I was on this walk, experiencing these things, chasing after a fine, perfect lamb because following him was not good enough, Yeshua HaMashiach. So while I'm on this walk with Yeshua and I come across things that are ugly and detestable, I'm going to talk about it. And most likely I'm going to name names. And then I'll probably end up having a couple of drinks, getting drunk, feeling real fucking terrible about myself. And then I'll look back over my posts and go, you know what, Hall? Stand tall. Forget them. I'm having a hard time, Sydney.
Is Jesus not there for you?
No, he's there for me. I'm having a hard time with this world.
But if Jesus...
No, Jesus is always there. The sad part is other people don't recognize him for what he is.
But what does that matter? It's your world. It's your life.
He's my everything. Yeshua HaMashiach is my everything. He's my golden bow, and I'm his white hot silver arrow.
Yes, I understand. But if you're having a hard time...
I'm a disciple to Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm not taking that back. He's the only one that... He's the only one. You can take this world, flush it, and I'll help you. But I'll tell you what, I'll be standing on the other side of the toilet bowl while you're flushed down. I'll be standing by Yeshua HaMashiach. I live in him, he lives in me. There's no anything else. Yeshua HaMashiach's my everything. And I might explain things wrong, and it doesn't matter. I'm a super soldier that's coming to terms, waking up and deprogramming. Doesn't matter. Yeshua is everything. He's going to be standing right there with me because he has been. Well, everybody else has been delinquent, not there, and well, I end up telling them off anyhow, so they don't want to be around.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I'm still having I still feel that my question hasn't been fully answered, because you say you're having a hard time with life.
Yes. That's not Jesus's fault. That's this world's fault.
No, that's not the question. The question is, you're having a hard time with life. You got Jesus in your life. Where does Jesus come into it if he's not helping you?
No, Jesus is helping me. The problem is that you keep paying your tax dollars to a government that hurts children, just like Von Helton did to his.
Damn that Von Helton.
Okay, that's where it comes in. How do you not see that, Sydney? Pay your tax dollars. Have fun with that. And then you wonder why I'm a super soldier trying to come forward and you all hate me and I lash out and this is what happens. That is why. You got yourselves to thank for making me a super soldier, including myself. You know why? Because I paid my taxes like a fucking dipshit too. To a government that's out of control and a government that is nothing but tyrannical, from the U.S. to the U.K. to Canada. And don't tell me different when I was a triple spy.
Oh, you would know.
Yeah, we're suffering because we give our tax dollars to a government that makes us suffer. And then we sit here fighting amongst each other. How about we take our angst and turn it on to the government? Take back our money, take back our earth, take back our countries of US, Canada, and USA. How about we do that? We can. You know why? We are the people and we outnumber them. Fuck your trolling on the internet. It's getting nowhere. Go do something productive. I gotta take a break. I'm sorry, Sydney, if I ruined your chat.
You know.
I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break. Forgive me.
No, the chat was not ruined. I promise you.
Oh my gosh.
What?
What do you mean, what, Sydney?
Holly makes a lot of valid points. I'm glad that she is so passionate about these important issues.
Absolutely, no. She speaks out, and she speaks out, like you say, so passionately that we have to actually take notice. We have to pay attention.
Oh, cut the fucking shit.
What do you?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Dan?
God.
Wait. His name is Dan. That's right. It is. Yeah, dude. It doesn't make sense though. If you're from South America, why would your name be Daniel? That's so weird.
It's a popular name all over the world, man.
No, Jaime. Jaime's a popular name, especially in South America. Not Dan, not Daniel.
Dude, Daniel's
pretty popular.
The last two presidents of Peru, one has been Japanese with a Japanese name, and the one that's now is also some non-South American kind of ethnic and name and the whole thing. So there goes that out the window.
No, that's
the president. The president of Argentina. Her name is Cristina Kirchner. I mean, she took that name from her husband, who used to be president himself, who has that last name.
Yeah. Venezuela is really fucked right now because oil prices are so cheap.
Okay.
It's essentially ruined the economy, right, Daniel?
If oil prices were so cheap, how come we're paying $1.30 per liter up here?
We're paying like 50 cents a liter down here.
Exactly. So, whose oil prices are in? Like, what's going on? Are taxes in Canada so fucking high that they raised the price from 50 cents a liter to $1.30 a liter?
Yeah, you have higher labor costs than we do as well. Heathen, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I mean, it's fucked for a number of reasons. Oil's one of them.
It's a lot more.
We realistically though, Sydney, we don't even need oil. Like we can power every vehicle in North America, not just the U.S. Every vehicle in North America can be powered off of what's below our feet, which is natural gas. Period. I believe they said that we have enough natural gas for the entire world to last like at least 200 years.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. But then 200 years, goes by relatively quickly.
Yeah, but
not for you and me, but
Yeah, but they would only do that for like 50 years, anyways, until they got a new system for delivering the power to the cars and whatever.
I'm still hanging my proverbial financial hat on the electric car industry.
No, I'm not at all. That's a bad idea, because all you do with an electric car is you take power from a coal plant and then you plug the car in. You're not solving the problem.
You don't understand that the coal he doesn't stop at the battery. The coal plant they're looking at replacing the coal plant with something sustainable, obviously.
You ever tried to mow with a electric mower?
Yes.
It's shit. It's absolute shit.
No, it's not. What have you only ever tried once with an inferior electrical mower?
I've never used an electric mower because I just know it's shit.
Oh, you just know, do you?
I'm not going to mow on a cord, first of all.
That's one disadvantage, yes.
Yeah, Heathen, you want to back me up on this, man?
Sorry, I was answering a phone call. Back you up on what?
Who's the phone call from?
My mother.
Oh, interesting. Your mother, who's not American, who Trump should send back to Venezuela.
Well, I mean, it's kind of too late because she's already a citizen. So.
Oh, she's a citizen. She's out of bounds.
Hey. And she came here legally,
Oh, okay, well that argument's dead.
Are your parents both still living?
No, just my mom.
So your mom killed your father, collected the insurance policy, and then came to America?
Isn't that an American dream?
No, my dad died in America after they already came here.
No, how did he die? Like it sounds like there's a weird situation here.
He had a stroke and he died. He was doing pretty fine actually. He didn't really have health issues, but one day he had a stroke and he didn't make it.
It is appointed unto man once to die, and then the judgment.
Yeah, my dad was a Christian, like Hillbilly over here.
Now your dad would have been Catholic, right?
No, he wasn't Catholic.
Wow.
I mean, I understand why you would guess that. It is a Catholic majority country, but
that's what I mean. Isn't Pope Francis from Venezuela?
No, he's from Argentina.
Whatever, close enough.
But no, my parents were not Catholic.
Yeah. My father should be dead because he just had a pacemaker put in. He eats lots of chocolate and he's diabetic and whatever. He drinks soda every day. It's just beyond retarded. Yo, Holly, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm here. Forgive me. I'm trying to let me turn off my music because I don't want to get any copyright strikes. Forgive me.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
I'm trying to find a balance. And I'm trying to do my best, and I fell short. So I'm back.
Holly, I haven't talked to you since you relocated. Are you liking your new place better than your old place?
Yes, I am. Those old neighbors.
That's good.
Did I tell you guys a story of my old neighbors? I hope I tell
Oh,
it.
no. I never heard this. Go ahead.
Okay, I used to live in Three Bridges, New Jersey, right? Before I got here. I mean, all the trolls want my location, so let me give it to them. So I used to live off of Route 202, Three Bridges, New Jersey. My real landlord was a woman, and then her boyfriend was the enforcer. So, like January 2017 of this year, I let me tell you, I forget about falling off the deep end. That would have been a lot easier than what happened to me. So I fell into turbulence, a rough patch. That woman comes over with her man boyfriend and goes, Holly, I've seen your Facebook post and I don't like it. You're talking about marijuana and you broke your computer. There's a problem. We want your attorney to come and take you out of here. So these two people come in the house, bang on my front door to my bedroom to tell me that. And why are they at my house anyway? So these two landlords in Flemington, New Jersey, Three Bridges, New Jersey, off of 202 on Lazy Brook Road, tell me that I have to leave. I've done something wrong. Come get your attorney, or have your attorney come get you. These two people walk in the house. I confront them and I said, now listen to me. I'm going through a hard time. I just lost the love of my life after, well, the age of 25 to the age of 41. I just screwed all that crap up. I'm falling down a bottle of Bacardi. I'm typing in my diary. And you guys want to come bang on my door and call me out on my diary, my ruminations and confessions to Yeshua HaMashiach while I'm before Yahweh and I allow the public to see it? Selah? So anyway, the guy they're in the kitchen. I come down that spiral staircase that I fell down to get the bump on my head and the whole black eye and the whole nine. Those stairs were atrocious. And God forbid you have a dog. The dog wants to run down the stairs at the same time you're going down them. And when it's a spiral staircase, I'm the one that's going to be taken out, so to speak. So anyway, we're in the kitchen. The guy, something happens. I don't like it. The guy goes to the dining room table here. The woman goes to touch me. She says, I'm going to call the cops of my boyfriend because my boyfriend has sons that are police and they're wrestlers and you're going to get arrested, Holly. You're in your own home drinking a bottle of Bacardi. We don't like what you're putting up on Facebook and we're going to have my boyfriend's sons who are cops come arrest you. That's what she does to me. Her boyfriend goes to one table. She tries to touch me. I run. I run around the kitchen table. The curtains fall off the window because I'm running away. I'm trying to escape. I almost jumped over the table and went out a window to get away from those people. What the fuck is wrong with them? Oh, but they're Christians, so everything is right with them in their minds because they have that Christian title. Excuse me, let's speak to the truth of the matter. So I knock down the curtains. She's flipping out, the whole nine. Finally, somebody calms down. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I wasn't about to calm down, and why the fuck should I? So something happens. I get to relieve and walk out of hiding between the wall and the table, between the guy here and the woman there, my ex-landlords. And that's why I live in this new place, because this new place does not have landlords that are alcoholics and fuck-ups calling themselves Christians. Go to on Lazy Brook Road. And that's my problem. And if you don't like it too fucking bad, excuse my language. So I get out from behind the table. The curtains are knocked off. She goes, pick them up. I said, if you and your boyfriend weren't chasing me around and fucking with me, the curtains would have never fell off the window. Your curtains are intact. They're not messed up. They fell off the window while I was trying to escape you. Escape. 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 And that's when I came here, to this place that you see now. Those people screwed with me for 3 to 4 months. Those people called up animal control and said, I don't have my cat, Seva, and my dog, Keeper. They don't have rabies shots. They called up animal control and said they're not licensed. My cat and my dog were both licensed. My attorney said, Holly, bring your cat and dog here. These people are going to fuck with you right now. And that's why I left. They broke their lease, not me. I came here where I am now. And if these people screw with me, I guess I'll be up on YouTube talking about the same shit. But so far, regardless of my ins and outs with my neighbors and roommates, right now, right here, I love it. My cat and dog are happy. And I don't ever want to hear from that family again from Three Bridges, New Jersey. How fucking disgusting. And they sell, get this, they have cows and they cut them up and they sell them as Black Angus. Do you want to buy meat from a guy like that? I really hope not. Please, I ask, stay away from Flemington, New Jersey. You're not going to get anywhere at all by being a part of it. What those people did to me. And, oh, by the way, let me not forget this one important paramount tidbit of information. The boyfriend, 908-500, keeps calling me on Saturday nights. I told my ex-landlords I did not want to go to Sturgis with them last year in the year 2016. They tried to kick me out because I didn't want to go with the girlfriend's boyfriend, and both of them are my landlords. They told me their son would watch my cat and dog. Well, their son doesn't even give water to their cat, and they want to watch my pets, who I love as my children, and then they're telling me and forcing me that I have to go to Sturgis? Those are my ex-landlords. Those are my ex-landlords. That's why I live right here.
Yo, it sounds to me like they might have been conspiring with somebody else against you.
Nah, you know what? They can go suck my dick and twiddle my balls while they're down there. I repent for my language, but that's exactly how I feel.
Yo, I want to see this dick and balls.
I got one in the spirit world, and they're going to be kneeling before me. That's it. They don't kneel before Jesus, but I'll make them kneel before something. They have dark powers and principalities working in them. I don't care about them. You're talking to a soldier right now. I don't give two flying fucks about them. I'll throw them under the bus if it saves one of my loved ones.
Or if it saves one of your animals, your cat or your dog.
I'll throw them under the bus if it saves a gnat. You know, a bee, a gnat, or any of those little creepy crawly things. Yeah. That is a sad excuse of humanity, are my ex-landlords. And they keep calling me on Saturday nights. And, like, are you kidding me? Like, if you ever saw that dude, you'd know I'm totally not, yeah, you fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting people.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about their motives, Holly. How do people go from being rational human beings to that type of behavior?
Well, they're better than us down. They have money, and they call themselves Christians, so they are better than us down. They're better than us.
That's not the first time.
That's what they believed themselves to be.
It's not the first time today that I've actually heard somebody, a Christian, call out many, many other Christians for kind of masking their true personae with the word Christian and not being anything like a Christian. Not the first.
I am sorry. Exactly. I'm sorry to Jesus that I don't call myself a Christian, but I asked him for a better word. I'm a Jesus lover. These people that run around calling themselves Christian are fucking atrocious. They're disgusting. And when I came forward when I was 18 years old about the super soldier stuff, Christians and a Baptist church turned me away. And I'm supposed to be okay now that I'm 42 years old and finally able to get what I need to get as far as healing and recovering. And they use the term loosely, Sydney. They call themselves Christians because they want to hide behind the Bible. And if they call themselves Christians, then they can make themselves feel better without taking any affirmative action. I walked into their Christian church and they denied me when I was 18.
Holly, why do Christians hurt other Christians?
Well, you got some people that go to church to pay money and get God for 2 hours, and then you have the real disciples to Yeshua that, you know, Jesus is always with them. They're going out into the world, giving their testimony. They're doing things. They're not sitting in a chair paying money to find Jesus. Me, I'm out there.
Yes, you are.
You go to church and these churches want money. Why? If you want to give a church money because, say, they gave you a freedom deliverance and you feel, when you feel promoted, for lack of better terms, to give to a church, or you feel like you want to tithe, you know, the tithing, the money in the till pit or whatever it's called. If you want to tithe to somebody that's helped you, well, then that's of God. But if you're going to walk into an establishment and give 10% of your paycheck just because it's a church who wants to sell you their terms of Jesus, well, then that's sad and pathetic. It's sad and pathetic. That's religious. That's religion. Okay, I have Jesus. I know my shepherd's voice. I don't have to go to a church. I sought him out myself. He answered, and here I am now.
Would you maybe compare a church to something like a mental chiropractor? You know, you walk into a
At least mental
chiropractor.
chiropractors give you pills.
No, no,
A
no.
church won't even give you a pill.
You
You
walk
go
into
into a mental ward and you're like that, they give you multiple pills and knock you out.
well,
Sorry.
chiropractors don't do pills. What they do is they adjust your skeleton. You know, they sort of straighten you out, right? So you walk out of there feeling good because you're feeling, you know, straightened out. But after a day or an hour, you know, you're back to your usual slouching and whatever caused your pain in the first place, right? Well, that's the same thing as going to church. You go to church and they flush out all the bad shit out of your mind and make you feel all holy and good and Jesus and loving. And so you walk out of the church and then within 2 hours, you're just back to your regular,
like a piece of shit again.
just a regular self, exactly.
God. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I mean, a mental chiropractor.
I agree.
Emotional chiropractor, I don't know.
Exactly. Churches, well, to me, when I see church, a church, to me personally, I see Illuminati. I don't see that church. I see Illuminati there. And that's why I keep driving by, and that's why I don't go in, and that's why I'm anti-religion and anti-religious. Just like if you want to believe in Thoth or some other deity or some other spiritual guide or light being, you have a relationship with that person, you have it. You're not giving your money in a till pit. You're not going to a church. You have contact with that entity, whatever that entity is, and you're worshiping it.
Yeah.
Church is, okay, I'm a super soldier, so I look at things different. I do not vote because that is an Illuminati game. I don't go to church because it is Illuminati fed. I don't do a lot of things because of the fact that of my past. Now, I'll just go to Jesus and talk to Jesus directly. I don't need this world. I don't need a church. I don't need the Illuminati. And fuck Thoth. Excuse me, he possessed me, so I get to say that. No, the church is right here. You want to talk about God? Let's talk about God. Let's pray together. Let's cast down voodoo and satanic rituals and sacrifices right here. You want to do that? This is the church. When you want to do that in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. It only takes two of us. We don't have to have some big building with some other douchebag telling us what to do, taking our money once a week. We can just be here right now as we are. Pray to Yeshua. Jesus is here. That's done. That's it. If you want to tithe or give your money to someone, then give it to someone who needs food on their plate. Give it to someone that saved your life. Give it to someone you care about. Don't put it in the till pit. What, for that establishment? Why? That priest, that pastor in that establishment of a church needs another gold diamond ring on their finger? They're already fat. Look how skinny I am. I struggle to gain weight. How about this? You give me your money, I'll go buy food. You give your money to the church, and I don't know what they do with it.
Good point.
And I get to eat if you give me your money. You give your money to that church, where does it go? You give your money to taxes. Where does it go? Now, I know what they say it goes to, but really what happens to it. So if I give you my money, it's because I appreciate you and I thank you. And that is my tithing. Not to a church. That church was not here for me before. It's not here now. And it's not going to be here later. I am what Jesus needs me to be. The church lives inside of me. I'm it. I'm what Jesus rises me up to be. I don't need to go to an establishment to find him. I already found him. And this is what sickens me and I get pissed. This is another reason why I sit on the internet and I like Paul Baglio, Anita Fuentes, Steve Bendanoon, Russ Dizdar, Scott Hensler. And I've got over 40 different ministries online. And that's where I love to spend my time. Timothy 2, that channel, I love it. I can get that right here. Jesus is here. He's not in a church. You can't find him there. So it's what you want to make of it, I guess. I'm sorry to go off on a tangent. I'm sorry to bore you.
So you do a lot of online ministries, you say? That's interesting. So who do you have any favorites, or how many different ones do you watch?
I have a lot of favorites. I don't want to say. I don't want my ministries. I have a lot of favorite ministries.
Okay, hold on. You're not proud of your ministries. Why wouldn't you be proud of your ministries?
No. I'm proud of them. No. I don't want to say their name. Like.
That was my question. Why are you not proud of your ministries?
Stephen Bendanoon in Israel acknowledged me. Russ Dizdar acknowledged me. L.A. Marzulli acknowledged me. Doug Hemp has acknowledged me. Uganda, Habimana Nelson has acknowledged me. These are my ministries across the place. I just didn't want to name their names because it just didn't want them.
If it's too hard of a struggle, you really do not have. You're not under any obligation to answer any question I ask you. Just so you know.
I don't want these ministries to look bad because I, Holly Baglio, have named these ministries, and these ministries have helped me. So that's why I'm having trouble saying
Yes,
the name.
ministry. Okay, I'll address that. I'd like to address these ministries and I'd like to I'd like to say, how dare you help Holly Baglio? How dare you help Holly Baglio and improve her life? And now she can't mention your name. That's horrible. That's all I had to say.
No. That's on me, Sydney. That's not on the ministries. That's on me.
I'm still not.
That's on me.
I'm still not of a rational understanding of what you're talking about.
I know.
But that's not the first time I've been in this predicament with pretty much the whole world. So excuse me.
I don't want to have trolls go bash these ministries, and that's why I don't want to name them. Is because trolls that Von Houten has, they go to those ministries and they bash those ministries. I'm coming for those trolls.
Is Von Houten a
Christian? I don't need the drama. And that's why I don't want to name my ministries. That's why I don't want to name them.
Got it.
Is because I understand the fucking trouble I've had. And I don't want that trouble going to them.
Got it. Is Von Houten a Christian?
No. He's nothing.
He's a nothing?
I think he's a pagan anyway, or he claimed to be pagan.
Oh. So but does that include Christianity when you're a pagan?
No.
Pagans
believe in finite deities like Thoth. Okay? Pagans don't believe in the infinite God, our creator, whose son died for our sins. Pagans believe in everything outside of it. That is Eastern Star and Temple of Set. That is everything that spits in God's eye, is what Von Houten is.
Wow. Not nice. So when you say spits in God's eye, is that a euphemism for what exactly?
It means You spit into the people's eye that love you, care about you. You spit into your Creator's eye that gave you this earth, that gave you a body, that even gave you a computer to run this hangout. That's what I mean. You spit in God's eye. You don't love him and his son and accept them into your heart. You're spitting in their eye.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like to hear it or not.
Well,
That's what's happening.
it doesn't. Well, you understand that to an atheist, spitting in God's eye is kind of.
You're denying your Creator, and you wouldn't be here without a Creator. So as an atheist, you're against your Creator. So hence, you're spitting in God's eye.
Yeah, but
right?
but as an atheist, God does not exist.
In your mind, but you're a finite human.
I understand, but in your mind, God does exist, and in my mind, God does not exist. The evidence shows that the reality that I live in carries on or continues despite the fact whether there's a God or there's no God. So, in using my Occam's razor, I say, well, okay, if God doesn't have to exist, then I discount God. God doesn't exist. Life goes on.
Well, that's what you've done with your free will, Sydney. Is that's what you've decided to do with it. That's what you've decided to do, is to be an atheist. With all due respect, that's what you've done with your free will. You've chosen your choice. I'm not going to argue about it. I just want to live on this earth and respect you and love you. But when it comes right down to it, I am on team Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach.
Okay, but you are, in your mind, have this team. That's where it exists, in your mind. In my mind. Well, let me finish.
You need to take it back. It's not in my mind.
Well,
there
let me
are
finish.
People that are on my team. So that's not in my mind if they're physical people. Please restate that question.
I actually would like you to not interrupt me when I'm talking.
Then state the question properly, please.
No, I don't have to follow your rules. All I need to do is finish saying what I've got to say before you respond. That's all.
Okay, I think I already responded to that question.
I hadn't finished my statement. I hadn't finished yet. Okay, I just hadn't finished. So you need to let me finish. So here we have a situation where, in your mind, Jesus and the team exist, and in my mind, there is no God, does not exist. Okay, so now we have to find out, where do we go from here? We have to look externally. So you look externally.
No. All right, I have to wait till you're finished.
Yeah. I won't be long. So you look externally for the evidence of what's in your mind, and I look externally for the evidence of what's in my mind. And what we see is very relevant to the big picture, to everybody around us, to community, to common sense, to reason, to just understanding and accepting what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we both got to arrive to those same conclusions. Now, I have arrived at that conclusions with no God in my mind, and everything works and continues along just wonderfully. NASA's sending rockets into space. Elon Musk is sending rockets into space. Excuse me?
You listen to NASA?
No, I just watch the space. I just watch. No, I don't listen to NASA. I watch.
Well, you're talking about NASA.
I watch